afternoon, my fellow Republicans and the state committee of the Washington State Republican Party. This is Mark Perez of the Pierce County Republican Party, deputy leader of the 2nd, and the leader of the 2nd is right behind me in his pickup truck. And as we are heading to Moses Lake to meet some of you and to support the event that's coming up. And this is a really exciting weekend that we have here for the WSRP because you, the state committee, are about to vote in the new leader, the new chair. And I want to, if you can indulge me for just a moment or two, indulge me the opportunity to explain why this is a great opportunity and how you can have it all, where it's not, well, I don't want to piss this one off, I don't want to piss that one off. No, there's a way you can have it all. And it's so important because we are 1 seat away from retaking the Senate, 2 seats away from taking the House, or 1 seat away from balancing the House. And I'm really excited about what's ahead here because, this totally reminds me, and I want to share this with you, and because this is really important. What happened 13 months ago at the Pierce County Republican Party? We had a reorg meeting, and Dave Dormeyer, the secretary, who best friends with Marty, wanted to run for the chairmanship. And so Marty wanted to support him because that's his best friend. Well, in a prayer call that we were all in, I told her like I always tell it like I see it. And that is, I told Dave, I said, brother, I really appreciate all that you're doing for the party and all that you've done as secretary. You're great. You're an engineer. You're educated. You're a systems guy. A lot of people know you because you've worked in the party for a long while, and you've supported Marty's campaigns, and you've done a lot of things, and you know the inner workings of the office and the party and how to keep it together. And but however, you're not the best front guy. You're not a front guy because you're an introvert. You're not the best people guy. You're not the best at bringing and drawing crowds and bringing in people into the party and being a spokesman to the media and the people's skills to lift the morale of different factions within the party. That you're not best at. The best person at that is the other person on this call, your best friend, Marty McClendon. And I know he wants to support you because you're best friends, but I'm saying that that's not best for the party, that we have a huge opportunity here and to get the best of both worlds. So I told him I would have a PCO nominate Marty and another PCO to second him. And that happened, and Marty got elected by majority of votes. And there is absolutely nobody in the Pierce County Republican Party that says, oh, geez, we made a mistake. I wish we wouldn't have elected Marty. Nobody says that. Why? Because morale's at an all-time high. Because Marty operates under the golden rule. And he treats all factions of the party the same. He enables them, strengthens them, meets with them, gives them a voice, and makes them feel important because they are important. We need everybody because we need to retake our state government and flip a few seats in our county. So he's also raised the fundraising, the amount of fundraising. Our books are in better shape than ever. We have more people coming into the party. He's been a wonderful voice, a wonderful advocate to the media. Our Lincoln Day dinners have been best ever. I mean, just fantastic events. I mean, Marty's been such a blessing to us. And I see the same thing coming up here with the state party. And the state party, we have an excellent executive director in Caleb Heimlich, who's been there for several years since Kirby Wilbur hired him. And he's a young man, bright, been to Hillsdale College, and he's a systems guy. He's got that same kind of mindset, kind of an engineer type of mindset. But he's more of an introvert, just like Dave Dormeyer was. And for that makes him a great executive director, but not a great front man for the party. You see, and that's where Marty comes in, because Marty recognizes that. Marty likes Caleb a lot and would like to keep him right where he's at as executive director and work with him together full time every day from the office in Bellevue and throughout the state of Washington to build up this party, because the things that Caleb doesn't have, Marty has. Marty is the front sales guy that could sell the party to people in the middle and people even a little bit to the left and people to the right that feel like everybody's left. And the Democrats have gotten too crazy left, and the Republicans are divided a lot of times, and as we've seen in 2016. But Marty can help heal a lot of that because he operates under the golden rule, and he would give a voice to all factions, everybody in the Republican Party, and even the libertarian side of it, those that kind of lean that way too, that have kind of left us. So he'd be able to bring them back in. And he ran a successful campaign for lieutenant governor statewide, has a lot of donors in his hand, so to speak, in his pocket, that would help with the fundraising. And that's really important. We only got beat in King County because of Barack Obama and George Soros spending $1 million in advertising in King County to tell their voters to vote for Cyrus Habib with the face of Barack Obama endorsing him, you see. And so that's what killed us in King County, among other things, we as a party, we need more voter registration and more get out the vote and more reaching out to new residents. And Marty has a plan for all of that. And Marty would be, just as Susan was with the media, Marty would also be just as effective with the media, because that's what he does. He's a media guy. He's a radio guy, a TV guy. In fact, I'll give you this one anecdote about how Marty can bring people together. Two anecdotes, actually, before I go. One is when he was an anesthesiologist for 13 years. You got to be a pretty smart guy to be an anesthesiologist, right? Because you're holding a person's life to within 1 inch of death, right? Marty did that for 13 years, and while managing that person's life at the closest point of death, he also has to manage the personalities in the operating room for the sake of that life that's in his hands. And you got to have nerves of steel. You can't just go off like I saw before with a current chair, at the convention. He doesn't go off on anybody. He respects people and treats people right. But anyway, he, under the golden rule, he treats everybody like they're supposed to be treated. He was able time and time again to keep that operating room together. And he's told me stories about nurses and doctors arguing and things like that, and he was able to calm them down for the sake of that life. And that's what the chair of the Republican Party has to be able to do. And Marty has so much experience doing that, the right bedside manner. And then the second anecdote in how Marty can grow the party was during his lieutenant governor's campaign. I've traveled the state with him. He was at KUOW on Rainier Avenue in Columbia City for a little radio forum of some sorts with, I forgot what they call it, but it was with Cyrus Habib. And there were 9 people on this panel from KUOW, all Democrats, right? So this was total Cyrus Habib territory. Well, you know that after all that, 3 of those Democrats from KUOW came up to Marty and said, "We are impressed by you, and we're going to vote for you, Marty." 3 Democrats out of 9. See, that's what Marty can bring to the table. Marty would put a face to our state party, and that would gain us more support, more numbers, more coalitions, strengthened coalitions, more money, more positive media outlook, more young people, church people. Churches have been too inactive in our party, and that could be a difference maker right there. And Marty's got so many church connections around the state. It's unbelievable that are helping us now in Pierce County. So that's why I'm saying that with Marty, you vote Marty in as chair, you get Marty as chair, Caleb as executive director. The 2 of them would be stronger together, and our party would be stronger. I really totally 100% guarantee that. And that, because he's already done it in Pierce County, he'll do it for the state. Pierce County is the hope of Washington State. And you know, right now we have the opportunity to make WSRP stronger, greater, and more unified. And that little extra difference that Marty and Caleb together, that Marty would make as chair and Caleb would make as executive director, would be a big difference maker in helping us flip the House and the Senate, and maybe even the governor's mansion. God bless you. God be with you in this weekend, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for all you do.